See one video. Nope. Just see one. Just, I just see the outro video. Nope. It's on a one video.
And
Yep.
we'll just go from there.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. We live. We live. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday. Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Day after Christmas. But here he is. Welcome to the Texas Fan Battle Podcast. I'm your host for tonight, Fifth Ward Crenshaw. And we got what we gonna call this cookies and cream over here, you know.
Ebony and Ivory.
Every Ivory. Got cookies and cream over here, but we got Mr. Matthew Bridge. Say what's up to the folks.
What is going on, everybody? I hope you had a great Christmas, and hopefully the Texans can continue our Christmas wish.
Already. And we got Mr. Kenneth the Messenger, aka Here Can Out. Speak to him.
Yes, sir. It was good, everybody. I hope everybody feeling good. I had a good Christmas, like Matt said, man. Hope everybody feeling blessed, man.
Yes, sir. Hope everybody feeling blessed, man. You know, we here on a Friday night. You know, I can say, we just finished Christmas and everything, and it's been a lot of Christmas spirit going on in H Town. You know, we riding this 7 game win streak. We 2 wins away from tying our longest win streak, which is 9 wins that happened in 2018, I believe. We started off 0-3 as before and went on nine straight. Um, I'm gonna say the difference between that year and this year, this defense a little more scarier and everything. I'm a little more confident on getting to the goal that we want to see, and that's the Super Bowl. Defense been playing lights out, lights out. I'm not gonna lie, I thought week 12, week 13, they was gonna get a little fatigue because been on the field a long time. But the offense has been playing better. It just don't seem like the offense been playing better, but the offense is playing better. But it just like when you're watching the games, like, damn, we got to get it together. You got to get it together. But if they could just finish these drives, like we know they should finish these drives, it'll look better overall. Have we played a complete game this whole season? I'm talking about offense, defense, and special teams. Have we played a complete game all across the board?
Um, I mean, honestly, we would
The
have to give it
Ravens,
to the
you
Ravens.
get the Ravens and Niners probably.
Ravens, Niners, and Tennessee. If you want to, you know what I'm
Not
saying.
ten,
Nah,
the Tennessee game. The offense didn't click until the second
True
half.
that. True that. True that. True that.
yeah, yeah. Tennessee game. Yeah, we went. It was third quarter. Was it 3-0 something like that? 6-0. Fourth
Mm-hmm.
quarter? Yeah, I'm talking about the one at home. But,
Yeah.
okay,
But
but
I
yeah,
mean,
man.
you can say the Cardinals, because the the offense jumped off so hot to start. The defense kind of took a conservative play to it and let the tight end smoke us. But um,
Mm-hmm.
other than that, really just the Ravens and the Niners.
Yeah.
Okay, the Ravens in 9 yeah, the Ravens game, that was a good ass whooping. That was without Lamar, but even with Lamar, they have still struggled this year.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens one of the teams that you can say that has our number come playoff. And they're not officially out yet, but this weekend they could be officially out if Pittsburgh win one more game. So, like I was saying, fellas, if you could get you get the Ravens out, you got Kansas City out. Now, New England is there, but it's not Tom Brady. So those are the three teams over the years that's always beat us in the playoffs: Kansas City, New England, and Baltimore, going back to 2011. They're not there anymore. So right now, it's a shiny new team there now. So this is the year to sneak in, win your shit, and be the man for at least a year with the bragging rights or whatever. Now I know we're gonna talk about this Raiders game, but I just want to skip that for a minute and talk about how can we do that, bro? Because I don't know if we're gonna see this opportunity like this ever again in the AFC. See, in the AFC, that's what I'm worried about, the AFC, because I feel like It's no dominant team. Even though Denver done won 12 out of 13, they're not dominant to me. New
Mhm.
England won their games, they're not dominant to me. It's no dominant team in the AFC. So how can we get there, bro? How can we get to San Jose come February the 9th and be in the Super Bowl? I'm gonna start with you, Matt.
Well, I mean, yeah, you hit the nail on the coffin, right? Like you go to the strength of the schedule. New England, they played nothing but weak teams, right? Yeah, they beat the Bills and here and there look good, but do you trust them in the playoffs, right? And yeah, Denver's defense is credible, but are we forgetting that the Jags just put BTA to them last week? Like it wasn't even a game. It was a murder on the field.
Mhm.
And then last night they struggled against a third string quarterback in Kansas City. I mean, does that does that really scare you? So like if this is a time for the Texans to make a statement, it's this time. You don't got Patrick Mahomes. You don't got Lamar Jackson. Even Josh Allen don't have the weapons. Each time you played Josh Allen in the D'Amico Ryan's era, he's looked his worst. Yeah, I get, and I know Anthony's about to jump in here and he's going to say, "Well, playoffs are different than the regular season," but still, that guys that you got to put that in the equation, right? Like D'Amico Ryan's knows how to attack Josh Allen. So this look, everybody's worried about this offense. We just got to ride the coattails of how we got here. Hit that defense, make that
Yeah.
defense the star of the show, and go win the Super Bowl. I don't need CJ Stroud to be MVP. I just need a Super Bowl in the city of Houston. I don't care
Yeah.
how we get there, as long as we get there.
No facts.
All right, let me get your thoughts, Ken.
Man, honestly, and I'm gonna keep saying this. We can talk about this year. Y'all, to be totally honest with you, I'm trying not to think about it, but if two-way can come back, man, we winning the Super Bowl. And I don't care if it's the Joe Mixon from last year, if it's like all we need him to be is half of what he's been for us when we talking last year. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't played all season, and I can get into the conspiracy theory and stuff like we talked about it, and I'm low key feeling like this man is something going on business wise. That's why he's not playing this year. I it's hard for me to believe that there's an ankle issue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really hard for me to believe that this ankle issue is that serious. That he's out all season and he had a full off season. Like it's just hard for me to believe that. That's one thing. At the end of
Especially
the
with the stuff he's saying, right? Like when he tells people, "Oh, you know something I don't," like he
yeah,
said,
like saying all that time, and that's another thing. Like you own X popping your stuff. It's like, bro, why you not on the sidelines? You know what I'm saying? Like Tank Dell on the sideline, Brevin Jordan on the sideline. We know Brevin not coming back. You know what I'm saying? Joe, where you at? So I like I said, I really feel like this is a business situation that's going on. Like I told y'all, we saw with Saquon. Saquon got his bread extended, more bread after he won the Super Bowl with Philly last year. And they said, all right, we're gonna give you another, like we're gonna add on to that deal. You know what I'm saying? We gave you this deal, but we're gonna add on to that deal. Joe probably saw that and said, you know what? If he can get that, like, hey, I mean, y'all saw what I did last year in the playoffs. But you know what I'm saying? We against the Chargers, you know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing, balling. And then we went to KC, I did a little something, something. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's probably thinking like that. And everybody knows, and I'm pretty sure he's sitting there looking at this. Like, yo, if I'm out there this year, we probably number one seed right now. Like, let's just be real. Like, yes, we have Nick Chubb, but Nick Chubb is just not that same guy. Like, we all agree that we didn't expect Nick Chubb to come in and just do this and that or whatever the case may be. And we have a rookie and Woody. Marsh is doing pretty good, you know what I'm saying? But he's not a running back one in the most of our eyes. Like, some of us may feel like, no, he's that guy. To me, and I know Crenshaw and Matt, he's not that running back one. He's a solid running back two, solid back, running back two through three. But you need a guy that's game changing at the running back position. And I feel like that's what this offense is really missing right now. And that's why y'all know what I want to do when it comes to the offseason and going into next year. But at the end of the day, if our running game was better, I'm telling y'all, it's Super Bowl in my opinion. And Kay said we got around Ant saying that Kay is so delusional. I'm not delusional because I guarantee you, and y'all know it too. That's why y'all like, yeah. If Joe Mixon was playing this year, if we got the production from Joe Mixon from last year, y'all, we will be the number one seed right now. Am I tripping?
I
No,
mean,
no,
I
you
wouldn't
meant
say we would be number one seed, but it wouldn't be as hard to get there. Well, we can't get there now, but
We no, yeah, but I'm just saying,
you know
like
what I mean.
we
Like,
beat the Bucks.
I mean, no. He right, Matt. I think we'll be number one seed because against Anthony's team, that wouldn't be there with the ball. That would be Joe with the ball, so that there's no fumble right there. You know,
and in the Denver game, we wouldn't have to rely on Davis Mills. Save
well, I'm
traveling.
not gonna go to Denver game. I'm gonna go to game two against it's Tampa Bay. When we was on a 1 yard line, we didn't score a touchdown. You get the ball to Joe Mixon, that's a
I
touchdown.
mean, I mean, how many times in the red zone on the 1 yard line
At
do we
least
have
three
a chance?
times. At least three times this year we got on the 1 yard line and didn't score.
That
And
you
in
go,
that Denver game was another time as well.
Mhm.
So
you probably mark up that's 10 touchdowns easily. That it,
We
yeah,
on the
so
1 yard line.
I
So
mean,
I mean,
if
I can see
sh-
that.
I mean, fuck, really, even without Joe, we should only have one loss. That was against Seattle because Seattle really beat our ass. Even though
right.
when the game was over, we only lost by a touchdown, but they really beat our ass.
But I
But all
mean,
other games we should have won.
if you want, I mean, you want to keep it, but we should have we should have lost that Jaguars game. We really should have.
Yes, we should have lost that. I don't know how the hell we
But
came back, but we came
yeah,
back,
well,
and that
I mean,
started the
we'll
win
take it.
streak right
We'll
there.
take it. But
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
saying that was
That
a
was
yeah,
the
that was an
spark.
ass.
That was the spark. Like, of course,
yeah.
like that was. I believe that was. What's his name? First game started. First full week of practice when it comes to Davis Mills, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, it wasn't clicking at the beginning. Y'all know it'd be like that at times. It don't
Yeah.
click at the beginning,
But,
but then somehow in that second half, depending, it might, you know what I'm saying, some things may shake for us. And
but going back to what you're saying though, Crenshaw, I mean, yeah, we did get beat by the Seahawks, but
yeah,
as me, how many times did the Seahawks try to give us the game though?
They did. You're right.
So
I think
you're
we had
telling me
how many
if we
times the Jaguars tried to give us that first game?
yeah,
yeah,
true.
exactly.
Yeah,
But you're telling me if we had Joe Mixon that doesn't tip the scales in
I
our
mean, yeah. I
balance.
mean, so basically
and
we could
that's
be
all I'm
undefeated.
saying.
You know what I'm saying? We could be undefeated because
Like
yeah,
we all know we wouldn't go undefeated.
I
We're
say
going.
1 or 2 games. 1 or 2
We
games.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We definitely. But yeah, I mean I can see it now. We at least fighting for the first round,
yeah.
for number one seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it just like in the playoffs, it's good to have a good running back in the playoffs because of
Always,
weather.
man.
Because of weather, you go do usually in the playoffs you do more running than passing,
Yep.
especially when you play on the East Coast and shit. You know what I'm saying? You do a lot
Mm-hmm.
of running and pass, run,
Mm-hmm.
play good defense, and we know the defense going to keep them under 16 points in the playoffs. I don't give a fuck who we play. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that's
There's
why we
no
need
there's
to get a
no
good game
elite offense in the
in the
AFC.
AFC.
You can say the Jaguars, but I guarantee you, time gonna tell
You
when it
know
comes.
what?
Go
I
look
think
at Trevor's numbers. His worst games are against who? This whole year is against the Texans.
mhm. I think in the playoffs, I think CJ got to run more. I think CJ got to help them out and use his legs more. I know he want to, be in the pocket accurate. I think we need to run him more to keep the other side off because they know that Chubb, Woody, Jordan ain't shit really. So I think they can stop that shit and they're gonna force him to hit Nico or the
Look,
rookies.
this this
I think
this
he need
might
to run more.
this might be. I mean, y'all might disagree with me, but uh, give me was it 2017 Deshaun Watson type CJ Stroud
Oh
where he's
no,
making where he's
oh,
making
no.
plays with his feet and giving people. We had Carlos Hyde that was 34 years old.
Hey, but he was balling though. He got
Well,
to proud of him.
yeah, but
I'm
but
proud
why
of
though?
him.
But because you had a threat
I
at
get you.
the
But
quarterback position who can make plays with his feet.
Yeah, I
And
mean, yeah, and
you,
this
you
is
he
can't.
why, fellas, this is why I preach about having a elite running back. Like, yes, people love the third rounds, fourth rounds. Y'all know my history when it comes to Cody. Our boy Cody. We had our disagreement back then when we went back and forth about who we see draft. Jonathan Taylor or Dale Pitt. Who what pick would have made more sense if we think about it now? It would have made more sense to take Jonathan Taylor than to take Ross
Or,
Blaylock
oh
or
yeah,
Bill Pick. But at the end of the day, this is why I'm so like I've always been like that. Like I love elite running backs. Like I, of course, we wouldn't get Saquon, but like I love elite running backs because they can really help you, especially when you got a quarterback like CJ that likes to sit in the pocket and dice dip, like dice people up because it helps him. He ain't got to be able to run. You know what I'm saying? He can do a little something here and there, but when you got an elite running back, takes a lot more pressure off of CJ Stroud.
all right. We got a special guest coming on, Mr. Clay Anderson. Say what's up to the folks.
What's up, gentlemen? Hey, pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on. Appreciate y'all. I was trying to just slide in and hear what y'all were saying. So, yeah, here.
Yeah, we were just basically talking about in the playoffs. Since the run game as isn't as good, we need CJ to use his legs more. Keep the defense off balance. And Matt brought up, how Deshaun Watson played. 2017, 2018, 2019. Use his feet, his legs, and his arms. So
that
that's
that
basically
kind
what we're
of
talking
helps
about.
the running game, right? Like
Yeah,
in
help the running game.
on the opposite where most teams where the running back helps the quarterback. Deshaun Watson with his ability to extend the plays help the running game because you couldn't stack the box basically, right? You had to have a spy on Deshaun Watson, and CJ Stroud does that. I mean, I can help out Woody Marks and a Nick Chubb where they don't have to be pass protectors; they could be weapons.
Sure, absolutely. I don't know if one of y'all about to speak up, but no,
No, go
absolutely. No, I think that's a holistic offensive thing. I think the mentality from Kaylee down to Stroud down to Woody has to be what are you willing to do to even break tendencies if it came down to it, right? Like, because the NFL is a league full of film, so they're zoning in on what your tendencies are, what your keys are. And look, all we're asking for CJ to do is just be a little bit more athletic by choice, right? Not just on accident because CJ is not that improv runner, right? Like he has to be fully committed before the snap, even for that to not look awkward. So there's that. But I think that starts with Kaylee too. I think he needs to sprinkle in a lot of those tendency busters to give them the best chance to stay on the field because again, their offense is what they're the 19th ranked scoring offense right now in spite of itself. So imagine if they put a zone read in here, a jet sweep there, right? Like imagine they just put in certain things here and there to tendency bust and watch what happens. So I don't know what else
Get,
is already
just get rid of running up the middle all in the playbook.
there. Yeah,
Like just get rid of it
yeah.
because it's
It
not
just
going to work.
yeah, just common sense. Like use the athletes that you have. Like you have too much talent to, I know they rule time of possession, but that's more circumstantial. Like they got multiple 6'4" and above guys, and some speedy guys here and there. Do something creative. That's really all we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Clay, let me ask you a question. This is a conversation that we had in one of our chats. Ken was talking about it. Who do you put it on? You put it on CJ or you put it on Nick on these play calls and perfecting these plays. Who do you put it on?
I think it's a both. I think Kaylee overcomplicates football. I think it's not the same as what Slowick did because Slowick he had to be the smartest coach on the sideline. That's how he acted. With Kaylee, he acts like he's building computers, and this is football we're talking about. So that's the Kaylee side of things. The CJ side of things, I think, is all as a leader. I think he does a good job of doing what he's told to do and running the offense as given to him. But is he taking command? Is he audibling? Is he calling his own number? Is he like if it's on the goal line and it's like what 4th and 1 and Katie calls some kind of overcomplicated play? Does CJ have the wherewithal to say, hey, you know what, we're not doing that, kill that, we're doing whatever this is, and we're gonna score, right? So I think it's on both of them. I think we talked about it. CJ Stroud being more of a statue type quarterback in the modern NFL, that hurts him. But I think Kaylee does him no favors by leaving him back there and not being creative with how the ball gets out. Like even if it's a run play, there's like 80 different ways to run the ball, right? Help your limited mobility quarterback stay on the field. So simple answer, I think a little bit of both.
But I agree with you. But to me, I kind of I kind of get irritated with Kaylee just a little bit, and here's why. So when CJ Stroud was out with the concussion, he kind of not so much dumbed down the offense, but he called way better calls, especially in the red zone for Davis Mills. And then when CJ comes in here, like you said, it's all right. Let's get to the IT. Let's build this super brain computer. Well, no, really, all you need is a tight end screen to get Dalton Schultz open in the end zone. Like, why are you trying to do something different because you have your quarterback back? If it's work, what's that motto? If it's not broken, don't
Mm-hmm.
fix it. Like, keep the same thing in there, even though it's not Davis Mills in the red zone. Don't make it so. Let's not get flashy. Like, cool. I love the tush push with Kate Stover. Like, it's a great play, but let's not run it 9,000 times. Let's not get penalties because of it, right? Like, let's get in the end zone because when you do, even though nobody's a juggernaut on the AFC side on the offense, you still get beat by good teams. Like, you cannot get pretty. You got to put your foot down and you got to score. Can't win by field goal.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of mad that we didn't run the doggone touch push last week because we was what 31 and we ran the ball up the middle instead of just or did we, was it the sneak? I can't remember. It was either or, but we should have did. I didn't understand why we didn't do the caged over little touch push. Like honestly, if it's up
I'm
to
not
me,
getting rid of it.
I
I'm
would
just
do
saying
that
run
play
it 30
every time. 30, 31.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. They tossed it instead of going
Yeah,
up.
that's what happened. Tossed it to
Yeah,
Jordan for the
yeah.
zone instead of just doing the doggone touch push. Like just make it simple. That's all I'm trying to say. Make it simple 9 times out of 10. Like we know why Philly do the touch push because they feel like can't nobody stop it. So we should have that same mindset when it comes to caged over when we need 1 yard. Don't make it overcomplicated. And then if you want to be creative and doing something else with it, do that. But don't just keep it simple for the most part. Is how I feel. The toss play, I didn't like that because, like, yes, it works here and there, but you just need to get downhill. That's like I like you got to get downhill. Just get downhill. You need 1 yard. The tossing, it's a really a more of a gamble to pitch it than to go up the middle. So I feel like
instead of a stretch to the outside, toss it
yeah,
right.
like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Well,
yeah, he
yeah,
a little guy. Like don't get me wrong, Jordan he been doing a little something, but at the same time he a little guy. So you don't
But
want to put him in a position where he got to try to run over somebody or steal for him, and it's just like nah, you coming down. Let's like finna
well,
bring you.
like Chris always says, though, stats don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
We're more successful in the running game to the outside than up the middle. So when you finally run an outside play, it's a toss that is going to get snuffed out right there at the at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
So like stuff like that just doesn't make sense to me when it comes to Caleb.
Yeah.
well, because Kaylee does everything. Oh, I'm sorry, Crenshaw. I was just about to say.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because Kaylee's problem is on top of just being overly complicated, he does everything a play too late. Like it could be a good idea on second down,
Mm-hmm.
but he does it on third down when the defense knows you got to do it, and then it messes the whole thing up. Heck, I'll even say like throwing a fade at in the goal line. Like, okay, a lot of teams throw a fade ball like first down, second down. We'll wait until third, maybe even fourth. So
Yep.
I think you can run the same play sets just a down earlier, and then again to go back to the tush push. Okay, if the O line can't get you a yard of push, okay, cool. To Matt, to your point, don't overcomplicate things. All right, I remember the Baltimore Ravens. They faked the tush push, right, and they scored a touchdown on it to Mark Andrews. What I'm saying is like commit to doing the common sense things, right, like a tush push when you got an inches situation, so that when the defense bites on it, then you can bull off of it and do something else.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't do the basic stuff first, on time or ahead of time, you can't get to the advanced level stuff. So I just think
Yep.
Kaylee, that's what it is.
Exactly.
I
That's
just
what I was trying to say. Yeah.
yeah, I just think with Kaylee, it's a feel for the game kind of thing. You know, it's just it's not the numbers. It's just do you watch the game? Do you know what could work in this situation? And I just don't think they do feel the game on offense. Defense, they do that all the time. Offense, I don't.
I will say this, and we all know that Nick Haley is open to ideas. He's open to whatever D'Amico has to say to him. But we saw it. I don't know if y'all saw it with D'Amico talking to Lecrae on the little sit down or whatever. But D'Amico is telling Haley stuff. So maybe he's telling Haley stuff, and then Haley like, all right, well, since the defense will expect this, let me do the opposite. Like you just said, it would make more sense to run a fade on first and second down because that's what most people do. So Kaylee trying to be Mr. All right, let me do the opposite type thing because D'Amico is telling him what, like D'Amico said in his thing, you're like, man, I know the defensive side, but I'm also like, hey, I can help with the offense because I know what we expecting and what we looking for and when it comes to certain things. So that could be why Kaylee is doing what he's doing. But like you said, man, I think he just need to keep it straightforward. You know what I mean? Because at some point you got to drop your nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like as grown men, like at some point you just got to drop them and let's go get it. Like it's me versus you. Whoever in front of me, line it up. Like he got to have that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like D'Amico say, we should be able to get 1 yard. Yeah, but you also got to have the mentality of an OC and like the team too. Like everybody got to be on there. All right, let's go get it type deal. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree. Like I don't understand why we got 2 6'4" receivers. Why aren't we fading them up in the red zone on the first and goal? And how
And
we
what
get that?
Dalton's what? Dalton's 6'3", right? 6'3",
Yeah,
6.
Dog's like at least 6'4",
yeah.
six
So
two.
yeah, him too.
Right. Chris, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just when when you was talking about the Raiders game, I was about to just get off into the Raiders game. Basically, I just want to get you guys' thoughts on the game, especially on the offensive side, because I know it was a frustrating game to watch. It was one of those games where I thought we was going to lose. As they say, trap game. I thought we was going to lose this game. I would have been so pissed off because we still in the running. We could actually win the division if the
Mm-hmm.
Jaguars could lose a fucking game. You know, but I just want to get you guys' thoughts on this game and basically the offense. I know the defense, they still did a defensive things, but at times like, damn, why is Smith going down the field like this? But I just want to get you guys' thoughts on the offense. Why was it struggling so much against the 31st ranked defense? And I'm gonna start with you, Clay.
So surprisingly, the Raiders have been doing this all year. I know we're talking Texans, but they did it to the Jaguars. They barely lost by 2 points. The Denver Broncos, the so-called best team in the AFC, they only beat the Raiders by a single possession every single time. So it's not
And
like the Raiders have
he almost beat the Colts as well.
right.
So
That's what I'm saying. So it's not like the Raiders have just been like rolling over right all year. Like they've been tough. They just suck. They just don't win. On the Tex on the Texan side of things, I just think the Raiders were able to exploit such specific weaknesses. Like not every team has an Ashton Genty, and that was an Ashton Genty kind of day. Not every team has a top three tight end in Brock Bowers. And heck, the week before, Arizona worked you with Trey McBride. So you're seeing a lot of the same things that beat you. Elite tight end, nice running back who's can also beat you in the pass game, which that happened too. And also, yeah, just specific. We're not talking about defense right now, but I just think specific things. I was irked because it felt like a back to the drawing board kind of game where all the goodwill that you built up, dropping 40 against the Cardinals, that's out of the door because against a 2-win Raiders team, your offense only generated 7 points. If Stingley doesn't get that pick six, you lose. If you don't get two phantom DPI penalties, you lose. Right?
All right,
So
hold on. Stop right there, Clay. Stop right there, Clay. All right. Now, I like what you just said about those PIs. This is something I brought up in the chat, a chat earlier in the week, and I'm gonna ask you this question since you brought this up. If Lonnie Johnson don't get that PI in the end zone, do we score a touchdown in that possession? 'Cause that was a 3rd and 8. Like basically, do Nick go for it or we just kicking a field goal right there?
man, look, man, Max Crosby had already taken your chain at that point in the game. So I would say no. I think the Raiders were imposing their will on defense. I think they completely shut you down, and I think those penalties gave you those scores. If
Yeah.
not,
Yep.
I do believe the Raiders would have beat you.
Yep, yep. I believe so. I believe so as well. Because
Yeah,
that call really was tic tac. I'm like, appreciate you, Lonnie, but I know they kind of fucked over you on that one right there. So, yeah. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Um.
You going, Matt?
Clay, now hold on. I'm gonna make sure Clay's finished. You finished, Mr.
Oh no,
Clay?
I'm good. Yep, you're good.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, look, Max Crosby is the best defensive in on, well, not the best, but one of the best for a reason, right? I mean, the guy single handedly shook CJ Stroud, and that's where you kind of have to put uh, blame on Kaylee a little bit because you have to develop plays to get him out of the equation that beginning of the game. Because I mean, as soon as he started, what were we all complaining about CJ Stroud? Overthrown balls. That boy was scared for his life because of that white man was coming after him. Like he he was scared, bro. Like you can't sit here and tell me he wasn't. So you as Kaylee, you gotta chip block him. You gotta start calling some kind of screens to eliminate that pressure. They get because we know Crenshaw. How many times did you say it? When CJ Stroud gets sacked or throws an interception, it changes his momentum. He
Yeah.
starts
Big,
kind of sinking ship until the next possession. So if you start that right off the bat, it's just hard to get going. Like the Seahawks game, first possession. I mean, they smacked him in the mouth, and he never recovered from it. So that is another thing where we on Nick Haley, you gotta help him out. But also, I agree with what Clay said earlier. CJ got to take the ball in his hands. If he don't like what Nick is calling, he has to change it up. Like you just got to take the factor. Look, I agree with you, Clay. They have a lot of fight in them, but at the end of the day, they are a 2-win team. And if you wanted to show presence, you gotta take the bull by the horns, and you gotta show dominance. Like Kendo said, you gotta drop the nuts on them, and you gotta show why you deserve to make the playoffs.
And real
yeah.
quick, Ken's about to go, but real quick, I wanted to lay it up to Ken real quick because to your point, also like the night and day difference between the defense and the offense could not be any more like massive, right? Like I don't mean just performance, like attitude, right? Like the defense is every team that plays this team, every coach that gets behind the podium says, yeah, they beat us up. They're the number one unit. Like
Mm-hmm.
they be having teams shook. But the offense is, and I hate to say it, but like it's kind of a finesse kind of deal where we're talking about schematics and spacing and all this stuff because they can't just, like Ken said, line it up and dominate you and impose themselves physically like the defense does. And thus, we got to have a different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, just don't be overly aggressive. Offense, do something like, beat somebody up off the line. But Ken, that's to your point. But you go ahead.
Yeah, man. Hey, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Some people think I hate on CJ Stroud. I don't hate on CJ Stroud at all. I just got high expectations for the man because I've seen what he done, and I see what he can become in this league for real. Um, I just missed the CJ Stroud that said, yeah, they got TJ Watt, they got 56, but we play football too. We lace him up too. Like that energy he had versus Steelers his rookie year, when everybody thought, yeah, the Steelers finna smack us down, and we went out there to put BTA like straight up, like went out there with BTA Titus Nord Laramie Tussle played. That's the CJ Stroud mentally, the mental right there in that game. That's the guy we need right now. And if we get that guy right now, Max Crosby, I don't. He shouldn't even care that Max Crosby on the other side. But as we know, yes, he was spooked. It's obvious he was spooked. So we just need that CJ. That yes, and I know like yes, we can talk about Kaylee and certain stuff. I get that, but I guarantee if CJ was to tap back into that mode of not caring who on the other side, not caring who he got laced up in front of him to protect him, because we obviously didn't think we had it then, but they performed. They literally shut TJ Watt, one of the best outside linebackers in the league, one of the best pass rushers in the league. If I'm not mistaken, he got a defensive player of the year, right? Award, correct? So,
You
like,
know what? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, like, at the end of the day, like, just having that type of energy, if he had that energy from here on out, and I don't feel like he had the energy this year, really, but if he get that back, man, this offense will be totally better, and we will honestly score more points because like it's a mental game. Like it's my coach used to tell me back then when I played. It's 90% mental, 10% physical. Like it's really a mental game. If you just after three and out, you going to the sideline looking down, looking sad, or whatever the case may be, man, you got to tap out of that. Like body language is it says it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know he talked a good talking in there in the press and all that type of stuff, but he got to have that energy on the field. Like, all right, let's get it. Like next play. I know he was mic'd up. He was saying a lot of that stuff, but like, show it, man. Like, show it. Like we've seen CJ play at a good level, and don't get me wrong. This year he has been pretty decent. Like I feel like he should have been better because this is year three, and of course we were expecting more because we know like, hey, we only gonna go as far as he take us.
Well, we
So
got spoiled his rookie year for sure, right?
you said what?
We got spoiled on his
Yeah,
rookie
yeah.
year.
I wouldn't even say we got spoiled. I just think, like at the end of the day, like it's mental. He has the gift. The overthrows, come on, man. Like there's no reason you should be overthrowing guys on the out route.
Real
But
quick. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I don't know if you're
I'm
about to jump
good.
in, but I just said this on, ASAM Rundown podcast a few minutes ago. What really hurt CJ, and I was with a lot of people, is the moment before he got drafted when he said that I'm a ball placement specialist, right? He set expectations for himself before he got drafted by saying he was basically the best accuracy quarterback in the draft. And we've seen it. Like he still makes plays that make you say, how the heck, like you got to be willing to take that chance because not
Yep.
every quarterback is willing to try to make that throw. And then you got to have the skills to actually execute it. And he still does that. So and I don't know if it's he's been beaten up the past two seasons with the O line. I don't know. It's kind of up and down, but it's there. But I think CJ. I think he's a confidence player. I think when things are going great, he's beating his chest. He's in people's face. Doing all this stuff. Heck, rookie season. Talk about rookie year, CJ. When he got in, I forgot who it was on the Denver Broncos, but dude with long hair.
Singleton,
Right. He got in
Singleton,
his face, stood up to him like, "What's up?" O line came, of course, helped him out, but like he got in his face. That's not the case right now. When things are going bad for CJ, he's what's he doing?
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting on the bench, kind of slumped. He's looking distant, right? He's not really clapping up, saying, "Come on, guys, let's go." So, and maybe that's something he'll grow into. But right now, that's just kind of CJ's emotional struggle right now. When things are going well, he's great. But when things are bad, it takes him a lot to kind of get back, locked in. So,
Yeah, I think honestly, man, like we said, it's there. Like, and I understand like him when it comes to his faith, and he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, move a certain way. But even D'Amico said it, like in his interview. So I know D'Amico is talking to him. He's letting him know, like, yeah, like even though I'm a man of God, like I still, you know what I'm saying, get a little, get crunk and all that type of stuff. Like he still bring that energy. We see Will. You know what I'm saying? I understand, like, yeah, Will know what he doing as far as he cursing, whatever case may be. That's his business. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, he's still bringing that dog on the field. CJ, you don't have to curse. That's fine. But you can still have that dog. You can still talk that smack. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still be that same guy that you are, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to being on the field. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like for him to be the guy that we need him to be for sure, but for us to go as far as we want to go, he has to get back into that type of energy. It's yes, it's a lot of ups and downs when it comes to the consistency of him with his accuracy and stuff like that. Like sometimes he's off, sometimes he's on it. We, like you said, Clay, how is he making that pass? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if he tapped back into that dog mentality and like the energy that he gave against number 49 versus the Broncos, like if he get back into that type of energy, man, we'll see the CJ we need to see.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we don't see them dancing anymore, and like I said, you see his body language has really changed. And
Mm-hmm.
then, like Anthony just said, he could be a man of God every day, except on Sundays, man.
Yeah.
On Sundays,
And
we
he can
need
be
to,
a man of God on the field, man. Like, it's nothing
yeah,
wrong with him talking his smack. Y'all, when I
yeah,
go outside and hoop, I be talking my smack. Yeah, I talk
yeah.
trash. Like that's what I do. It's nothing wrong with you being a dog on that field, CJ. It's nothing wrong with that.
You talking
You know,
trash is giving you energy, more confidence, and
exactly,
everything. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Talk it, bro. You
Yeah.
been doing it.
I do want to go back to what Clay said about maybe him getting beat up the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we really can't say last 2 years. This last year, because this year, if you look at it, we're ranked 13th in pass blocking. So he's not getting hit like he was last year. It's just his ability to, I don't know, read the offense or the defense like he needs to, or maybe he's so shocked from last year that he's not making, like he's not pulling off. But here's the thing about CJ: in some games he steps up in the pocket and does what he needs to, and in other games, like Sunday, he looks lost. Looks like he can't hit the broad side of a barn. So it's just like you gotta get that consistency. And that's why I try to tell fans all the time too. Bro is only 30 year, like still young. He's still a kid, so it
Mm-hmm.
will come. But he just with the team we got now, he has to take advantage. He has to strike the iron while it's still hot. Like he has to take the advantage of it when he has it. Because like Kano says, like Clay says, he's done it before.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to take, and we said it on this podcast before. A lot of times, it seems like he was so worried about his QBR instead of taking the shot that he knows he can make it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Do you agree, Clay, or do you disagree on that?
I was gonna go a different way. I don't disagree with you, but I'll say it still goes back to rookie year. What did he do after his historic rookie year? Offensive rookie of the year, the awards. He went on a world tour with Micah Parsons, right? And listen, I'm not saying that that's what killed his momentum, but CJ kind of admitted himself without saying it how he needed to kind of refocus, right, and like get back to being in that place of hunger where he was picked over for the number one pick, like he was counted out, no one thought much of him. Again, do your thing. Take your time off and enjoy yourself and travel the world. Cool, do that. You've earned that. But CJ himself kind of said like maybe he got kind of lax. Maybe he thought it was going to be easy, right? Like he set the bar so high for himself. Really, now we're not comparing him to other quarterbacks. We're comparing him to himself, right? So again, and he said as much, and we all agree it's there. It just he has to kind of get back to where he's doing it while defenses have now adjusted for him. That's the ultimate compliment in the NFL. When the defenses care enough to adjust schematically to you and you alone, that means you've done something. But now, what are you going to do in response? That's where he is right now. He has to counter the counters, and until he gets to that place, yeah, we're going to have the same conversation every week.
Yeah. Yeah, I know this it's not too far off topic, but we talking about CJ and him really just getting that dog back into him. And we know his relationship, like what he's been doing off the field when it comes to his relationship with God. There's one person I wish he can reach out to. And his name is Andre Ward. I don't know if y'all are familiar with boxing like that. But Andre Ward, he's a follower of Christ as well. But that man is a dog in that ring, and he understand like when it comes time to perform in the ring, just like when it comes time for CJ when he get out there on that field, like bro, you got to tap into that energy. So I think maybe like as far as him having the right person around him, or just a little advice, you know what I'm saying, a little advice, maybe get him back into that mindset of like, yeah, it's cool for me to, you know what I'm saying, just get that dog back into me. And so yeah, that's something I thought about.
And like we said, be consistent with it because we know you can do it.
Exactly.
There's got to be that consistency. And I know we played the blame game on uh what's his face Nick Cayley and
Yeah.
CJ Stroud, but you kind of got to play some blame game on D'Amico because third quarter he goes non-existent. The defense gets beat up, brings back offense in the second half in the fourth quarter, like that Chiefs game. No reason why the Chiefs should have came back and made it a game. Like all year long, third quarter it's been atrocious. Like it's been
Mhm.
disgusting. So you got to bring that consistency the whole game, not just the first and fourth quarter. Like you got to be that dog. One, two, three, four, every aspect of the game. Because yes, the conservative game is nice, kill the clock and take the win. But again, good teams are going to beat you. Last year in the playoffs, the Chiefs out we out gained 100 yards on the Chiefs, and they still beat us. First time in NFL history did a team do that.
Hmm.
We cannot be on that side of the history books. We just can't with a defense like this. We can't do that.
Maybe not. And I'll be trying to be optimistic. Like, what if he not trying to show? What if they not trying to show their hand that much? What if this offensive?
No, no, I can't.
I'm just curious. Like sometimes you gotta think about this stuff. Sometimes,
No,
No, look, no, that's reasonable for anybody
yeah,
else,
like
but
that's it. But I get what y'all saying. Like, but it's like, bro, like, cause it be too much obvious. And we all see it, and it's like I know they see it, and I know they know. You know what I mean? But only time will tell. Of course, we gotta wait to see.
But tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Say we get up 10 points. Do you not see a different Texans team on the field?
Oh
They
no,
go
of course,
through,
I
they get
agree.
bigger plays, and the offense. Let's run the ball. Let's run the ball. Let's run the ball.
I agree.
Let's not stay on the field. It's too conservative. That's a good way to get beat. I'm just
it
sorry.
is most definitely. We saw it happen with we go last year, the Packers, Lions, like and this stuff continue to happen. You know what I'm saying? This year, you can say the Buccaneers, but I mean, yeah, big even that what game was that? Um, the Bills game could have went south. You know what I'm saying? We almost lost that game if Josh Allen and that play that let's say that call is reversed and they so happen to score a touchdown. Like we was conservative because offense was looking really good, and when that fourth quarter came or really second half came, they just like just started chilling, just started trying to run the clock and time trying to do the time possession. But yeah, we got to stop doing that type of stuff.
well, look, they can do it. I mean, again, you had a winning end game in the rookie season, week 18.
Hmm.
Arguably, the greatest opening offensive sequence in D'Amico Ryan's tenure so far is when you play action, load it up, and you just threw it down to Nico Collins for like a 75-yard touchdown. The very first offensive possession. That
Hmm.
was not just a play. That was an attitude that says we want this game, we want this moment, and we're going to go take it. And they did it. Now the game became tight late, but still, it wasn't because you were scared on offense. Now it's a completely flip where the defense is that kind of defense where they're going to take the game as soon as you give it to them. Whereas the offense, they want to pity pat and get into it. I want to see first play of the game, like Matt. To your point, I'm not saying just be reckless with the ball, but at some point, you listen, man. If I got multiple 6'4" and above receivers, one of them gonna be down there somewhere. If not,
Oh, I agree. I agree.
I got a dude who runs a 4.340 and Jalen Noel who I could just send down there, just beat him if you can. And I'm just gonna load up and this first play of the game. Heck, try to overthrow it to make sure you don't throw a pick. But it's just that right there where you wanna just say to your offense, hey, I trust you guys. Go make a play.
Hmm.
Right? That's all we're saying.
Yep.
Chris, what's your thoughts? You've been quiet over there.
Weapons.
Man, I'm just listening. I'm just listening. Just taking it all in. I mean, we basically say the same thing. We repeat ourselves every week. I just like when someone comes on to the show, just like to hear their perspective and everything, give them the floor and opportunity, to talk, and especially for people that never heard Clay talk, so they can hear him talk or whatever. Clay, you're pretty new to Eds, right? You're pretty new to Eds. You making your rounds. How long you been on X or Twitter, whatever the fuck you call it now?
Sure. So full time like I'm doing now, shoot. Ooh, you know what? Probably since July, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So you're pretty new to it. So you making your rounds and everything, and that's good because you've been doing a real good job at what you're doing. So I'm just listening, just listening or whatever. Um, is anything else in the Raiders game that stood out to you guys? Now this time, this defense, special teams, or just a particular play that stood out to you?
I do want to kind of piggyback what Clay said. There's no reason why we shouldn't be taking the shot to Nico Collins downfield all the way until what was it, end of second quarter. That was the first time we took a shot at Nico Collins going downfield. Like, there's no reason why we wait that long. I don't care what it is. Clay's right. You load it up and you take a shot. Either you make it or you don't. You miss the shots you don't take. You gotta take the like you said. You got 6'4" guys. Higgins or Collins can make those catches.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
you got to utilize your rookies, especially with the 6'4" outboxy kind of guys. It's just you got to make it happen.
Man, Crenshaw, you already know where I'm gonna go. Um, bruh, Henry Toa, special teams only. Like at this point, special teams only. Y'all, I got love for the guy, and my homie, he's an Alabama fan, so he you know what I'm saying, he down with hearing Toa, but he keeps it real. And we talk about him all the time. I'm just like, bro, if this man could just cover downfield, he will be better. That's his only flaw. And yes, here and there, sometimes he missed tackle. But him covering downfield, why in the world do you let Genty outrun you on the wheel route? All you got, bro, and he's not that much slower. All you gotta do is force him, not push him towards the sideline, but make sure you run it with him. He got burnt completely. And it looks like it was man coverage. How do you get burnt by 5 to 10 yards on the wheel route? That's an easy route to cover, fellas. That's not a hard route to cover. And Genty, he's fast, but he what he run like a 4.5 speed? He like 4.5, 4.6 speed. Like he's not no 4.3, 4.2 type of guy. And you telling me you couldn't just cover him towards the sideline and not let that easy pass and you know what I'm saying get to him and he just running up the sideline. I didn't get that. And then the run play, I don't think it was on him. I can't remember
I
the
think that was
run.
on Bryant. I think it was a missed
Yeah,
tackle.
Brian, he tried to arm tackle him, and
Yeah, it was a missed
Yeah,
tackle.
yeah. And Brian, yeah, and Brian. That's another thing. Brian, like IQ, like these two guys, and I know I forgot who said this. I don't know if it was Stephen A. or Dan. Somebody said that we have no weakness on our defense. And in my head, when they said that, I'm like, you glazing a little bit because we do. And it's Henry Toa and it's Miles Bryant, and we see it each week. These boys, they get scored on, or they
well,
give up a big play.
I am gonna play a little devil. That look, last couple, I want to say the last 4 weeks, other than his Raiders game, maybe 5 weeks. Henry Toa has not been bad. He's been
Oh,
good.
oh, hear me out. He's good
He
at
does not need
press
to be
out.
leading. He does not need to be leading that defense. You
No,
need to put EJ Speed in that position. Where's Christian Harris? I have not seen him since the Ravens game in the playoffs 2 years back. Like, where has this man been?
That's who
Uh,
needs to
and
be
that's
covered.
that's my question. Why are you putting this type? What we missed come Sunday wasn't nothing on offense. It wasn't the defense itself. It was Aziz Al Sahir. That's what we missed on the defense.
Agreed.
And
But
we missed
Aziz wouldn't have been covering what's his name?
but he was calling the defense better.
Yeah, for sure, I agree to that. But all I'm saying is like I don't get why we try to have Henry Toa cover guys down the field. I don't get that. But I
But
really
I will agree with you. Bryant needs to be on somebody else's practice squad because that man can't catch a cold in the middle of December.
Brian the reason why I wanted us to go get Tyron Matthew or Justin Simmons. Like, bruh, that man, like, don't get me wrong, he make plays here and there. Like, he got a saving touchdown tackle he made in the goal line. But it's like, bro, why are you trying to go up top and tackle Genty, bro? This man is twice as big as you. Go for his legs. Like, yeah, it just don't be making sense sometimes what these boys be doing. But of course, I'm
Yeah,
talking about them
I mean, it never makes sense. I
too.
just it's just crazy when fans can see the shit, but they don't see the shit, and they watch the film way more than we watch the film. I never understood that. Like especially the red zone. While it takes so long to get the red zone clicking,
Yeah.
but we got 2 games left. Going to the playoffs, we got to make sure everything is clicking. And when you said maybe they're saving it for the playoffs, I don't think that's the case because
I mean,
that,
mm-mm.
I
it
don't
just
think that's
not that. I'm just saying like that. Sometimes I kind of like think like, bro, like Because we be like I said, we see a lot of stuff and we just like, why are we not doing it? And like, just like, don't get me wrong, and we can look at the Rams and y'all see how like, yeah, they still put up some points, but they still kind of get figured out a little bit when it came to the Seahawks. If you get what I'm saying, like, and you you don't want to continue to do the same stuff that you're going to do because when it gets to that point where like the game is on the line and you need a touchdown type deal, like you want to be able to do some things that nobody saw you or expected you to do. So, and I'm not saying that's what we're doing, but I'm just hoping I see another type of course, hopefully we make the playoffs. We should make the playoffs. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm hoping to see some different things in the playoffs. Like I'm hoping to see something else from Nick Caley. Don't overdo it, but also like, all right, like you like get in your bag a little bit. I saw him get in his bag versus the Ravens, and you can say he got his bag versus the 49ers. And it's we can name a few games, but it hasn't been consistent. And that's what I'm saying. Like you got certain teams, like when it comes to the Rams, when it comes to the Lions, even though the Lions been getting stopped too. But when it comes to these certain offenses, Jaguars, they've been consistent with their offense lately. So you just see a couple of these teams, even Seahawks, like you see a couple of these teams, and they are consistent on the offensive end. But you just at the end of the day, you just hope that we see some different things in the playoffs. Hey, I'm just mentioning high. I'm mentioning the top offenses, man. Like that's all it is. And of course, I'm gonna keep mentioning the rounds because that's what Mr. Kaylee came from. So it is
Well,
what it is.
if it's any encouragement, the Miko Ryans and the Houston Texans, they currently own a 2-2 playoff record, and in the two wins, they've beaten opponents by a combined 77-26. Right, so do that as you will. The margin is a 50 burger when the Texans make the playoffs. They own the wild card. So I'm not saying like it's just guaranteed to happen, but
Uh-huh.
there's enough history to support at least a theory that when the lights are on, when the team knows they got to have it, there's an extra gear that they tend to find somewhere, right? Which is
Mhm.
good. If you go back to the Chargers and Texans game from last playoffs, the offense was just as broken, right? Like we had Joe Mixon, but it was broken. It wasn't fluid. We're having a lot of same conversations. But and due to complementary football, you won by 20. So you have an offense now that is worse, you can argue, than what you had last season, but a defense that's astronomically better. So I think that all things considered, they're in a good spot. It's just y'all open with it when I first dropped in, which is what from CJ Stroud to Nick Caley to Jaden Higgins, what is each player 1 through 11 willing to do differently to break whatever the tendency is that gets you in these bad situations to begin with? If everybody is committed to doing what it takes to win and not what it takes to look smart or to be in your comfort zone, I we can beat anybody. That's my mentality. Like if you play that way, we can beat anybody. But if we're gonna just do comfort and like being smart and all this stuff, then that's how you can lose anybody too. And
Mhm.
again, we'll see against the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers are a top five defense, all things considered. So we'll see.
They
But
top 10.
right, something like that. But again, this strikes me as the kind of game that the Texans would mess around and win. And it kind of reminds me also of like last year against the Dolphins, right? Like same kind of feel to it, where it was a win and end. They had to have it, and they just went out and did it. They took it. Like Stingley literally took it twice. So I think they can do it. They got to get out of their head, just play football. To use a cliche, they just got to play ball.
And be consistent with it, right? You gotta be consistent.
Yeah, from the first play, like from the first play, go take it. From play number one, take the game, and then go from there. Don't let
When
up.
and finish every quarter like that.
Yeah, don't let
Every
up. Like literally, like go to score every single time. Like we're not gonna be reckless, but my goodness, take the game. That's it.
I
Okay,
need
so
CJ to
all
have
right,
that Davis Mills energy.
all right. So Clay, I like what you said about in the playoffs they turn it up a notch, but that's at home. 9 times out of 10, we're gonna play all these games on the road.
Mhm.
Now, give me those road numbers from the offense and the defense.
Well, the Texans historically, they this will be their first time ever making a playoff, not being at home.
Yes.
So that's
hmm
the first right there.
but I'm talking about the last 2 years in the D'Amico era
Mhm.
on the road against Kansas City and the Ravens.
Right.
the defense giving up, I wanna say maybe 28 a game, and the offense only
Mm.
scoring 8 points a game because one of their touchdowns was a, punt
Yeah,
return.
with a yeah, kick return.
So
Uh,
the
what?
that's what needs to get turned up
Yeah.
because
So I
we
would
gonna
say,
be on the road.
yeah, I will say this, and I'm sorry, were you about to keep going?
No, no,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, go there.
Yeah, no. What I was gonna say was, okay, yeah, but they were playing a Super Bowl favorite in the Chiefs and another Super Bowl favorite in the Baltimore Ravens. Like they did lose to teams who, if you look, all things considered, yeah, I'll lose to that team because they had Lamar Jackson winning MVPs and a team that's supposed to go to the to the Super Bowl, and they had a Chiefs team that literally went and lost. So those two are kind of a wash to me because it showed you there's levels. Like it showed you there's still ways you're trying to go. Like they are where you're trying to get to. Having said that, no, to your point, they say in football there are two things that travel well: defense and a running game. They don't have a run game like that, but they sure do have a defense. So I think if you do go on the road, you have to lean that much more on what you know for sure works. And again, on the offense or where, special teams, you got to be willing to take risks and take chances and go and take the game, right? Like if you're a champion, like a true champion, you got to just win wherever and against whomever. If you want to get caught up in like matchups and where we play, then no, you're not. You're not deserving to be the holder of the Lombardi. You got to win whenever against whomever and whatever it takes to win. That's got to be the mentality. So whatever that leads to on the road, be ready for it now. Because more likely than not, you're going to be playing on the road, either in Pittsburgh, in New England, in these places that you traditionally don't win. But the Texans have made a habit under D'Amico of breaking every record and tendency. So why not do that more?
I will say before we go to game game predictions, all that. Kind of piggyback off what Clay said. Um, we didn't get beat because of skill or lack of skill. We got beat because of coaching. I mean, Harbaugh knew that we got rid of took out Lamar the first half, and he came back and Lamar had a career second half and beat us again. Kansas City Chiefs, we out gained them 100 yards, and Andy Reid still found a way to beat us. We got out coached, and in these playoffs, there's not a coach that scares me. Yeah, Sean Payton has a Super Bowl ring, but that I mean over 20 years ago. So that doesn't really scare. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't scare
Yeah.
me. Again, this is if you're gonna take the time to win, this is it. You got to win now.
Oh yeah, this is the most wide open you'll ever get.
Yeah, a
Most
layup
but
for
ever.
sure.
Yeah, that's what we said earlier, man. You gotta get it this year because the AFC don't have no dominant teams. So we gotta get that. If we don't get that this year, I'm gonna be very, very disappointed, man. Very, very disappointed, man. But with that being said, man, let's jump into the Chargers game and end the show. So Texas play the Chargers tomorrow in LA. Um, you know, I hope everybody in LA doing good. And just the whole SoCal area. My daughters live in SoCal. That had a nice bad flooding out there and everything. But let's get into the game tomorrow. Just Clay, real quick. Just give me your keys to victory and give me your score prediction and give me one hot take for the game tomorrow.
Okay, cool. All right. So key number one, defensive line. Y'all got to eat. I'm tired of seeing these teams with busted up O lines getting away scot free virtually. You couldn't take down Daniel Jones with a broken fibula. You didn't really beat up Mahomes like you could have. And last week against the Raiders, like you got cooked bad. So I need Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson and the whole D line to dominate an O line that has lost multiple All Pro level or highly paid guys on that Chargers O line. I need to see at least 3 to 5, well, maybe asking for a bit much, but 3 to 5 sacks, right? A bunch of pressures. Like we needed to see you completely neutralize the offense and make Herbert have to beat you on the ground. So that's number one. Number two, run the football. When I say run the football, I don't mean just spamming Hadoukens and the X button. I mean like situationally run the football, move the chains. That includes CJ's legs. That includes Jawar and Woody Marks and Nick Chubb. And that includes Cade Stover, right? Like run the football till you can't no more. And then number three, don't be afraid to take shots on the secondary. I'm not afraid of Derwin James. I got two 6'4" receivers and above. I'm not afraid of the secondary. take a shot or two, right? Like because they're going to. So that's my three. Score prediction: give me Texans 24, Chargers 20. I think the Texans are going to close it via ball control. You pick up that key first down in the game that way. Hot take. I think CJ Stroud is going to have his best passing game of the season, maybe. And it may not be by yardage. It may be a combination of yards and touchdowns. But I think CJ is going to we're going to see 49ers game CJ again, I think. And if we see that guy, we're going to beat the Chargers by a score.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Let's hear you out, Ken.
Man, let me go because
Oh, okay. Big screen, big screen. All right, Mr. Briggs.
Uh, I kind of piggyback what Clay said. Do all that, but uh, get the best player on your offense the ball. Give Mister 12. I have not here all year long. All year long have I heard 12's out there somewhere. Like we gotta bring that back. Like we gotta make where Nico Collins is to be reckoned with. You gotta give him the ball. I don't care if it's quick slants. Whatever it is. Give Nico the ball. Let him make plays like he does. Uh, he's very underrated when it comes to Yak. So you gotta give him the opportunities to make the plays. So that to me, that's what you gotta do. Um, Score predictions. I think the Raiders game left a sour taste in their mouth, especially D'Amico. So I think it's gonna be a statement game for him. And I say we go out there 31-10. Texans take it. This is
mm,
a
Mm.
smash now.
Mm.
Hot take. I think the defense is gonna make a. I think they're gonna make Justin Herbert look pitiful. So I'm not gonna do a defensive hot take. I'm still gonna roll with Nico Collins. I think he has the best game of his season this year. I say 140, two TDs. Gonna be a Nico Collins game.
Okay.
love it. So, key to victories, obviously, make it uncomfortable for Justin Herbert. I need Sting last pressed. Beginning of the game, press. You have your safeties deep, but I need Sting and last pressing. And like you said, Clay, D line got to get after it. And the only way they can really get after it is if our corners are pressed up at least 5 yards. Come up, don't be too far back. The 10 to 12 yards back, we don't need that. And honestly, shout out to Burke because he hasn't been doing that. A lot of the time they up close press, and I expect that to happen tomorrow, and I expect our D line to do really well tomorrow and get some sets, get a couple of sets, 3 to 5. And as far as score prediction, I've been saying this in group chats all week, man. We putting up a 30 burger. We putting up a 30 burger, and the only reason I'm saying this, y'all, because there's a statement like Matt said that needs to be put out there. A statement needs to happen tomorrow when we play LA Chargers in LA. Go out
We
there.
win, we in. That's it. We win, we in. So
Yeah, exactly. We win, we in, but do it in a good fashion. Like let the lead know, like, yeah, y'all thought last week, you know what I'm saying, y'all Texas not this, whatever they sweet, whatever the case may be. All right, what y'all gotta say now? Top 10 defense. We go out there, we put up 30 on them. Not only that, we hold them to 10 points and under. So I'm gonna go 30 to 10. I'm gonna go 30-10.
Okay.
Texans and high take TJ 4 touchdown passes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
30 to 10 was a hot take.
Yeah, no. Because I mean, look, like I said, I expect us to really make it hard for Herbert tomorrow, and I expect offense to go down there and do their thing. They left a bad taste in their mouth. We can go to week one, 14-9. We go to week one. You know what I'm saying? So, and not only that, last week as well, like we didn't left a bad taste in our mouth by having that performance and allowing the Raiders to put up 21 points. So, hey, I think the team is really dialed in and locked in, and of course, like they want to be better, they want to do better. They know this is it's now, it's now or never. So,
Got it.
statement will be put out there tomorrow, starting at 3:30.
I will say this final point. Justin Herbert, he might want to stay in the pocket because Aziz is back, and and it's one of those things like you saw what happened with Josh Allen. And I look, and I like Herbert. That's why I also say that. Like, it would hurt me if something bad actually happened to Herbert. Having said that, if he chooses not to stay in the pocket, I cannot guarantee that he will make it to the playoffs like he wants to.
His
Mm-hmm.
So
other hand's gonna be broken.
that's what I'm saying. Like but listen, he been swinging that surgery hand for weeks now. So I just don't know if you do that this week. I just don't think you should.
Man, and then he thinking about last year. Talking about so he thought about the game and the playoffs. Yeah, this and
That's
that.
why. That's
Time,
why I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about the defense because defense knows what how to handle Josh Herbert, just like they know how to handle Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's fine. Think about all you want to. think,
well,
Right.
facts,
think about
facts.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it sound good. That's all I gotta say. It sound good. I wonder was he thinking about that whooping that happened versus the Jaguars that he in the playoffs? Was he thinking about that? Them boys put up 30 and they only scored 6. Crenshaw, I think you on mute.
Nah, I ain't on mute.
Oh no, I thought you was talking my fault.
Nah, ain't no
But
mute.
yeah.
I wasn't saying. I wasn't saying nothing. I wasn't saying nothing. I was just hearing what y'all guys saying. I think 20-17 Texans. I guess I would say my hot take is the offensive line not allowing a sack again. You know that's my hot take, and I feel like the keys to victory just continue doing what you're doing, and just offense. You know, like Clay said, take shots. Don't be scared. You know, just have them guessing. Like I shouldn't watch the game and know what's going to happen. You know, just have them guessing, and I think we'll be good. Last time we was in that stadium, we didn't score a touchdown, so we need to get some touchdowns tomorrow because we didn't score a touchdown last time we was in that stadium week one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about it. Before I end the show, do you guys got anything else before I end the show?
Throw the ball to Jaden Higgins or Jalen Noel or both. The
Yeah.
Texans are seven. The Texans are what, like 7-0 when Jaden Higgins has either 4+ catches or a touchdown catch. Do with that as you will. But they're undefeated when they
Get
feature
comfortable with the ball. We've been saying that all year long.
Hey,
Get
Crenshaw, can I get 2 from Jaden tomorrow, man?
Hey man,
something.
I
Can I
keep
get 2
saying,
from
man, they
Jaden?
need. Hey man, they didn't give it to him, man. They didn't give it
Man,
to him. Get Kirk up out of here,
I
man.
need 2 from Jaden, man.
All right, so on that note, about to end the show. So Clay, tell the folks where they can find your work at, man.
No, and again, thank you guys. Been honored to be on. Enjoy you guys. I really do. Clay underscore HCX Sports on X. I'm going to be updating those throughout, Instagram, YouTube, all those other places. And yeah, I'll just be around. I do write every day for the Texans Roundtable, so there's that. So check out the article pieces every single day, daily Texans content. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, Ken.
Y'all can follow me on YouTube, X, and also TikTok at Haircut Out. Y'all, we just dropped a newer version of the Swarm song, and it's on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Y'all go check that out. And yeah, man, go Texans. Y'all know what we do, man. We rocking, we repping. And yeah, man, let's get this dub tomorrow.
What's the TikTok again? Yours?
Here can out.
Okay, here, got it.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Briggs.
Yeah, I mean, you can find me at A1 Day One Texans. I'm probably not good as Clay, but I do write for Fan Battle Sports Substack. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, man, we're just New Year's coming, so it's gonna be, even better content like we do every year. So be on the lookout. And yeah, Clay, thanks again for coming on. We definitely have to do this again.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
And y'all can find me at Fifth Ward Crenshaw everywhere. And on that note, let's get this dub tomorrow. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we gonna be up out of here, man.
Yes, sir.
I'ma calm down. Once we chop it up, there's an H-Town anthem, so we gotta slow it up.
This the best podcast known to man. We been raw. You heard it here first from Keno and Fifth Ward Crenshaw.